When the South Africans begin to face discrimination and oppression from the real foreigners, not the African immigrants, but the white foreigners, the white South Africans, the Israelis, and some of the Europeans that they have given space in their country to live, that is when they will know the problem that they have put themselves in. Because no African country will come to their rescue. They are chasing Zimbabwe, Nigerians, and other Africans from their country, especially from Cape Town. So when they begin to suffer, no African will come to their rescue. This is exactly the plan that the foreigners have in their country. This is the plan. They want them to chase every other African from their country because they have a long-term plan of oppressing them and taking charge of their economy. I mean, apartheid will be rebranded and melted upon the South Africans. So the foreigners want them to exclude other African countries so that they can have the chance to oppress them as they like. But the South Africans, they are short-sighted. They cannot see it. They don't have a problem with the Europeans and the Israelis that are living in their country, taking their former jobs, investing in their country, controlling the country's wealth. They don't have problem with that. But Africans that are there, both legally and illegally, they are the ones they have problem with. Let's even talk about the legal immigrants that are from Africa, that are in South Africa. Those people are legal. They are doing legal jobs. But they still face xenophobic attacks. They face insult from the indigenous South Africans, despite the fact that they are there legally. I don't want to talk about the illegal ones right now. The ones that are legal are as the same way. Just like the foreigners, they are both legal. Some of these foreigners too, they are also illegal, you know, but they don't receive this xenophobic hate like African immigrants. African immigrants don't even deserve such treatment from fellow Africans because we are all Africans. But South Africans don't see it that way. They love and they glorify white people than their own fellow Africans. And this is tragic. This is ridiculous. It's even unbelievable. It's disgusting that you love people that colonized you, people that oppressed you, people that brought apartheid on you. You love them more than your fellow Africans that are even in your country legally. The white people that you have a whole lot of reasons to not like and chase out of your country, they are the ones that you have given free day. They are the ones that you have given opportunity to grow in your country. Can't you see, South Africans, that something is wrong with you people upstairs? Your energy, you are channeling it to the wrong set of people, and it will backfire in the future. As people are trying to chase all the African migrants from Cape Town, you people are giving the Israelis and other foreigners foundation to continue to build and take over your wealth. You people are going to become slaves very soon. You're already slaves, but you just don't know it yet. Most of the wealth in South Africa is controlled by the white minority. They are controlled by foreigners. Indigenous South Africans are suffering in their country. But because it's white people that are the hem of affairs, they don't have a problem with it. They have a problem with African migrants. And that is why they have started this movement that I had is championed by a woman that her relationship did not work well with a African migrant. I guess the man came from Nigeria. So she's channeling the hatred and building up other people behind her so that they can chase every African migrant out of South Africa. But you don't know that you are doing yourself. You are shooting your own self in the foot. But in a very short time, you people are going to realize this. When you lose total control of all the wealth in South Africa, it's already happening. And in the future, you see more white people will come to South Africa and claim ownership of South Africa. They have already taken Orania. They are about to take Cape Town now. So the whole of South Africa will soon be captured. And when that time comes, no African country will come to your rescue. You people will suffer. You will suffer very much. So just be prepared for that suffering.
Welcome back to Gist Line. South Africans are crying out over the influx of Israelis into their country and how they are busy buying their lands, while Africans across the continent are voicing strong criticism against South Africa following the rise of Operation Dudula, a controversial movement which was aimed at chasing away African immigrants from the country. And this development has sparked debates about unity, identity, and whether South Africa is turning its back on the very values that shaped its liberation struggle struggle, and now that they are crying out, they seem to be mocking them. Well, let's listen to what others have to say about this, then I'll be right back.
Really, if black South Africans, they don't stand up and try to stop what this Dudula movement and Victoria of xenophobic is doing, it will cause them more harm than good. Because for real, white people know black South Africans don't really like other Africans like that. And that's why when a South African politician comes up with the idea of Africans must leave South Africa, they get more votes. They get more blacks to stand and shout and scream about Ambe because they know. So they're using that for their advantage, to center them, keep them in an island. So when it's time for they to roast them, there will be no other African country to come for their aid.
So whilst people in South Africa are so absorbed in kicking out Africans, stopping laboring women from giving birth because they're from Zimbabwe or from their other African countries, whilst they are being so vocal of their hatred of other Africans, whilst they're inciting violence against Nigerians, against Zambians, against Congolese, against all of this, whilst they are gaining social media followings for them destroying people's homes and refusing people from other African countries to access medical help, whilst they're busy bullying other Africans and picking on other Africans, something is happening. Something is happening. Because, and I don't know this, so allegedly, because of the Iran-Israel war, a lot of people from Israel seem to be moving to South Africa. They are buying large swathes of land. They are moving in their drones. And not a single word from these people who are making a name for themselves by tearing down other Africans. The Africans, and I know you hate to hear this, the Africans that literally fought and campaigned for your freedom during the years of apartheid, because a single country has not been able to do it by themselves, kick out the Europeans and end these systems. If you are in any doubt, just look at whatever is happening globally. People pressured the Europeans, people like, the conservatives in the UK were actually calling for Nelson Mandela to hang. All around the world, it is the movement that helped South Africa become free. And now they have turned on other Africans, which is so sad, because I love South Africa and I have had very, very good friends in South Africa. And it's so sad to see these people are mobilizing against other Africans whilst the people from Israel are just setting up camp in South Africa.
White foreigners are the reasons you're even competing for jobs. You're competing for healthcare. You're competing for safety. You don't care about foreigners. What you care about is that these foreigners are black, and so that they must go so that white people can see you. Forgetting that those same white people you don't care about are in this country illegally, collapsing our economy through drugs, through them being fugitives, through them making illegal money that's not taxed. The same white people go to Nigeria, open Woolworths. The only reason Woolworths collapsed in Nigeria, it is because they are trying to sell them a brand at ridiculous prices like they're doing here. Nigerians saw through that nonsense and they failed dismally. Same as Mr. Price when they sell them outdated clothes. But it can work here with you so that you can take what's left of them for credit and pay high ridiculous costs for that. It works with you. It's always been them. Always, it's been them.
We all know that Operation Dudula claims to address issues like crime, unemployment, and strained social services by targeting undocumented immigrants, particularly from other African nations. But a lot of people that we call critics say that the movement has taken on a dangerous tone, one that scapegoats vulnerable communities rather than addressing deeper structural problems. And we also saw videos of aggressive confrontations and forceful removals of immigrants, which circulated widely globally, leaving many across Africa outraged. They argue that South Africa, a nation once supported by its neighbors during the fight against apartheid, is now repaying solidarity with hostility. And this backlash goes beyond the actions of Operation Dudula. It reflects a growing perception that South Africans have become intolerant towards fellow Africans, and that's not nice. So a lot of people point out that while immigrants are blamed for economic hardships, the real issues, which is corruption, inequality, poor governance, and lack of job creation, are internal problems that require systematic or systemic solutions. And this intolerance also highlights a contradiction. South Africans often celebrate their identity as part of a united Africa, yet movements like Operation Dudula appear to promote division. For many Africans, this feels like betrayal, a rejection of Pan-African values, and a dismissal of the sacrifices which is being made by people like Ibrahim Traore. And South African government has been accused of silently condoning, or at least failing to decisively condemn the movement, because they have not really come out to say anything about it. And people argue that by allowing Operation Dudula to operate openly, authorities send a signal that vigilante justice against immigrants is acceptable. So this lack of firm leadership risks escalating tensions, not just within South Africa but across the continent. Already, some African countries are questioning why their citizens should continue to work, trade, or even study in a nation that appears increasingly hostile to their people. And the criticism from other African nations is not merely an emotional reaction, it's a wake-up call. South Africa must decide whether it wants to lead the continent as a champion of unity or deepen divisions through movements like Operation Dudula. Addressing crime and unemployment is crucial, we all know that, but doing so by tightening or targeting immigrants only distracts from the real issues and fosters resentment. So now that they are crying out, a lot of Africans are busy laughing and mocking them because of what they have done in the past, which is not nice. We all need to be united. Africans are right to call out South Africa for its growing intolerance. True progress will only come when the nation remembers its history, values, and responsibility, not just to its people but to the wider African community that once stood with it in the darkest days. Until then, movements like Operation Dudula will remain a painful reminder of how quickly solidarity can be forgotten. Well, let's listen to what others have to say about this. But before then, let me know what you think in the comment section, and please kindly like, share, and subscribe.
Let us all keep joke apart, because I have seen several comments where Nigerians are saying they are supporting Western case. This is something very serious that we Africans need to talk about. Let's forget about the xenophobic nature of some few South Africans, because if we Africans keep silent, it's going to affect all of us, as it is happening right now in the Middle East. I don't understand how someone from Europe will come to Africa trying to divide South Africa when we are talking about unification of Africans. This is the right time for this particular group called Dudula that was telling Africans living in South Africans to leave the country, to unify South Africa. If not, we will know that we are paid to do the work so that it will be easier for them to divide the country.
As the Africans in Africa, we understand the frustration of foreign national. But I got a question with the problem which the Dudula people are doing in South Africa. What they're doing, does it favor black people? Or it's making hatred among each other as black people? Or they don't like a black foreigner in South Africa? If you see what is happening right now in South Africa, in Cape Town province, you know, you reach in that point to see exactly what the Dudula people are about. Because Israel people that are in South Africa, in Cape Town, they are protest to free them in South Africa, right? The Dudula people, they are protest about the against the foreigner that are in South Africa. They are saying they want to clean out the mess which a foreigner bring in the South Africa country. I don't understand. How are they going to clean the mess willing the same foreigner they are protest against the citizens in South Africa? If you think the Dudula operation they can clean the mess in South Africa, I'm telling you, my dear brothers, sisters, it's too late. The foreign national from outside South Africa and from outside Africa, they are already take over Cape Town. Cape Town province, it's no longer belong to South Africa. Right now as I'm talking, if you go to Cape Town, every day they are protest. And you say you don't want foreigner, you don't want, so which means your hatred, it's against black people foreigners, not white people foreigners. So how can you expecting a black foreigner to go home willing you favor other people that are non-African? Can it work in that way? Can you clean that mess? It won't work, dear.
Breaking news. Why South Africans are trying to split South Africa into two. We're not going to let that happen, okay? Black people own South Africa. No one, nothing like West Cape Town or nothing, okay? You are going to be together. We Nigerians will stand with South Africa. Nothing is going to happen. No one is going to split South Africa.
My South African brothers and sisters, Lareo, Biagodu Nonso, let's have a discussion. So I heard that the people of God that visited Ona are actually 2.1 million. 2.1 million. That figure can never be right. No, it can't be right, but they are trooping in massively. And your government is giving them citizenship. The same country, the same government, and the same people that are refusing citizenship to other black people. Right? Okay. Now it's making sense. You know, say when our President Ramaphosa went to the White House and Trump were showing him images, videos that the black South Africans are attacking the white South Africans. And that one gone, they behave like Donji. They behave like zombie, just they shine teeth. And all of us were like, So now because of this, that's why Trump called him all the way from South Africa to the White House. We didn't know that there's an important discussion they are supposed to have, or they were to have. Very important discussion. You know, say politics, now the more you look, the less you see. When you think you have come to the conclusion or to the understanding of what they are up to, they will dribble grace come up for your head. That is exactly what they do now. Bullshit. Now they are in your country. I saw a video. I can't share that video because I don't want my platform to be brought down. A video of black South Africans protesting, and this white security released their dog, and this dog attacked a South African dog. They released a dog, and this dog attacked South African, and other ones were outside the gates. They were just, and I was like, are these not the same people that we saw the videos of how you people were mauling black people with stone, with iron, with stick, different kind of things? We saw the video. We don't have dementia. We remember everything. We remember all the attacks on your fellow blacks. But when it comes to these other people, una no fit do anything. Una just did it. Now, wow. I say waiting they happen. No be una again. No be una. I just hope you people are learning your lesson. I hope you guys are learning that all those una xenophobia or whatever is called on una fellow Africans is actually politically motivated. It's politically motivated. Now politics, maybe they don't motivate una fight on our people, chase away the blacks so that you will create space for the children of God to come and take the land that was promised to them 5,000 years ago. Abi, when I don't chase other Africans finish now. So there will be enough space to accommodate the children of God that are coming to take over their promised land. But wait, I want to ask a question to Israelis. I know that all the platforms are being controlled by Yona. Why is it that you people are now running away? You guys are defeating Gaza. This thing between Yona and Palestinians is not actually a war. You guys are beating and flogging them left, right, and center. It was just yesterday that I heard that Una went to their sperm bank where they store sperm and egg and bomb everything because you people want to wipe the entire civilization. Una want to wipe everything off. But the Gaza people, we don't see them running away. They are still there. But you people that are winning the war, why are you people running away? I don't understand. You people enter Jordan. Now is South Africa. What are you people up to? What are you guys up to? Anyway, Africans, I hope you guys are learning, especially the ones that call themselves lost goats and lost sheep of Israel. I hope you guys are learning. The land that was promised to them by Yahashua, Elohim they are coming. They are coming, and I hope we welcome them with open arms and give them everything they want.
Confused. What are the leaders saying over there? Ramaphosa is too fucking humble, man. Ramaphosa is too I don't even say humble. This guy is useless. Like, are you fucking serious, bro? So this guy, we just allow Jehovah. This is wild. Nah, I'm still in shock. So last time I said it, I thought I was just like, you know what I mean? Just say something. Just to find out that things like that was actually already happening behind the scene. And now, Cape Town want their own independence. So that means the white people want to separate from the blacks. After they already settlers in the country. God damn, can you imagine me seeing this shit over here in Europe and just be like, wait, I need this hotel. We're gonna make we're gonna make Africa over here, man. The next flight, they might put me inside, man. Which I won't blame them. So how the fuck can they do that to Africa, bro? In this 21st century? Jehovah. We cooked, man. We cooked. South Africa, please wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. You see what happened, right? This is what happened when it started. So that means Cape Town is going to have its own independence, and the people that are coming from outside South Africa, like Johannesburg, into Cape Town, they are the ones labeled now immigrants. South Africa, wake up, man. South Africa always be claiming, oh, we are South African, this, Zulu. They can only make mouth to other Africans. To other Africans. And when the white master talk, they shut up. And when it's to other Africans, go back to your country. Go back to your country. And now white people talk, they all shut up, man. Oh my God. Oh my God! Nah, South Africans, this is wild, man. You guys will complain you guys want immigrants out of your country, la la li, la la la. And nah, the settlers are actually, they want their own independence within your country, and that's okay. But then to black other country or to your fellow black brothers and sisters, that's where you have mouth to complain how this is your country. How they gotta leave and go and fight for their whole country. But then you allowing the outsider to literally not even only settle, but then claiming a piece of the whole of the land. As if Orania that they already claimed that was not enough. Now they're going to Cape Town. Oh my God. Malema. I think it's only Malema that can save South Africa at this moment, man. Someone that is bold, confident, courageous, not afraid to speak his mind, not afraid to look the devil in the eyes and tell that bitch to suck a dick, man. Come around, Malema for president, man. I already said it multiple times. If any other president win beside Malema this time around, I swear to God, man. Then, I don't know, then it's, bah! Spit on South Africans, man. Like, bah! Bah! To other Africans, boo, 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 boo. And now, when the fellow white man standing in front of you is, yes, sir. Yes, sir, you want this land? Take it, take it. And then when you see your black brother, you say, go back to your country. Go back to your country. Huh? Nah, this is pure wickedness, bro. If this shit happen and South Africa are not standing, man, then I don't even know what else to say, man. So them already owning 80% of the whole country, 80 to 90% of the whole country is not enough. Now they just want to count you guys out, man. And then you guys will still claim, my South Africans, come on, bro. You guys are now strangers in your own fucking country. Like, literally, you are a stranger, immigrants in your own country. So that means if you want to travel from Johannesburg to South Africa to Cape Town, you need a visa. Or, I don't know, because that's what these guys say, right? You can be labeled an immigrant. Oh my God, I swear, Malema for president, man. Please, Malema. We need you, man. Malema, stand up, one Africa, man. At the end of the day, I'm not a South African, but I'm speaking as an African, man, as a proud African, as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? As one that want to see one Africa. I want to see us unite. I want to see us do better. You know what I mean? Because I know Africa must be great again. And for that to happen, us as a youth, we need to come together, man. It's not everything catching cruise, not everything about ice and teeth.